That gift that Carol spoke about, that gift that took her breath away, it actually started in 2012 when I was at Juniata, and Carol and Wayne decided at that moment that they were going to create a $50,000 endowed scholarship to help students. And as Carol and Wayne became more connected to the college and more connected to this mission through their heart, they decided that during this campaign, they were going to grow that scholarship to over $1 million, as you just heard. Tonight, I have this really special surprise for you. And I would like to introduce to you the first recipient of the Pletcher Scholarship, Rowlands. Rachel's a 2015 Juniata graduate. Rachel graduated from Honeyoke Falls Lima High School in Honeyoke Falls, New York, right outside of Rochester. She came to Juniata as the first Pletcher chemistry scholar and received it all 3 years. Now, why 3 years? Because that's all it took her to graduate here. She's amazing. She graduated cum laude with a degree in chemistry, and now Rachel is pursuing her PhD in medicinal chemistry at the University of Michigan in the Rackham Graduate School. Her focus is on synthetic organic chemistry, drug discovery and design, and biological evaluation of compounds. Wow, how is that? I don't even know what that is. Specifically, she is working on the design of new compounds to treat heart failure. And I could go on and on about Rachel, but I promised her that I would give her the opportunity to tell you her own story. Rachel.
Sorry, I just saw that video for the first time, so taking a second. Fellow Juniatians, Board of Trustees, I'm so excited to be here to celebrate the launch of this campaign with you. I'm here tonight not just to celebrate our faith in Juniata's mission, but to say thank you to all of you. Sorry. When I first decided to come here, I wasn't sure that I would ever make it. As a triplet with one older brother already in college, my parents sat down with us and made it plain. We had to fund our education, or we had to go somewhere they could afford. The generosity of Doctors Carol and Wayne Pletcher is the reason I stand here today, a Juniata graduate. Big shout out to the guys with the tissues. Thank you. Juniata gave me the foundation I needed to unexpectedly follow in the footsteps of Carol to the University of Michigan. I arrived here a little under 6 years ago, initially planning a degree in biochemistry, and I was absolutely terrified to take organic chemistry. I didn't actually want to go. I was so afraid. But thankfully that fear didn't last too long, and actually, to be fair, my initial plan of being a biochemist didn't last that long either. I quickly found that rather than wreaking havoc on my grades, organic chemistry became a true passion of mine. So I promptly switched from biochemistry to organic chemistry, and I haven't looked back since. In my time here, I was pushed to find answers for myself rather than have things handed to me. I was encouraged to explore more than the standard science curriculum, which led to some decidedly unexpected adventures into the world of theater and politics and English language. I can remember one lesson in theater where we learned trapeze. I literally came away bruised. But it was such a great experience. And when I found that I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, I have found not one, not two, but 3 great mentors here ready to help me chart a new path. At Juniata, I was told that nothing was unattainable. I was shown that the sky is the limit. I eventually went on to win an Amgen scholarship, which allowed me to move to Seattle to study drug design and discovery at the University of Washington. And I returned for my final year at Juniata, where, with encouragement and plenty of guidance from my mentors, I applied to the University of Michigan for graduate school, where I'm currently completing my 4th year, one more year to go. Looking back on the 3 or so years since I graduated, I realized that so many of the lessons I learned here have stayed with me. Juniata taught me 2 very invaluable lessons. First, how to learn, very important. And second, how to ask for the things I needed to be successful. These lessons have served me time and time again as I've pursued new opportunities, from joining new collaborative projects that take me around the globe to conferences, to forging connections with the pharmaceutical industry, which I hope to join one day. My Juniata experiences continue to serve me well. So while I stand here today, proud of my accomplishments, I hope that I have made the Pletchers proud. Sorry. They chose to invest in the potential of a student they never met. They chose to believe that access to an excellent education should not be based on gender or race or socioeconomic status, but on merit alone. The Pletchers choose to believe that good things come from investing in our community. So I have to extend a long overdue thank you to the people who made my life a reality. And I have to thank all of you who continue to choose to believe that when we give back to our community, that we are creating a brighter future. Thank you.
I have to tell you all that that Carol and Wayne couldn't be here tonight. Carol was scheduled to fly in and had to cancel last minute, and Wayne is feeling a little under the weather. And personally, I would like to ask all of you to send some positive thoughts and special prayers to the Pletcher family. They mean so much to me. They mean so much to this community. And but thanks to our staff and technology, Carol and Wayne will experience these festivities remotely. And I ask that all of you, our alumni, friends, faculty, and students, join me in applauding Carol and Wayne Pletcher and the example that they've set for Juniata and the gifts they've given to this Believe campaign. Thank you. And Rachel, I know that you have made Carol and Wayne very proud. It is now my honor to introduce to you James Troha, our president of Juniata College.
Oh, hell. Oh, shnikey. You know, the team kept on telling me that they weren't going to show me that video, and I have not seen that video. I've been in that living room. I've been in that living room where they are when I asked Carol to join our board several years ago. Carol and Wayne. And God, there's something about Carol Pletcher when you meet her. Those of you who know Carol, you know what I'm talking about. She's got this spirit at Betty Ann. I was talking to you last night. You got this spirit, this energy. And Wayne, or Carol Pletcher, she's got a similar personality to you that is nonstop. Little did she know back in 2012 when she made that initial $50,000 investment that would turn out to be you, Rachel. Thank you for your words. Oh, hell. When you have children, I swear, if pre-children, I wouldn't cry over anything. And this is what we do. That's why we do what we do. One of the questions that you should be asking a president is, why a campaign? Why now? Why these priorities? They're fair questions. Sometimes the answer is a bit more complicated than what you can easily put into words. Let me ask all of you a question. Like me, how do you feel right now? Proud? Energized? Spirited by what you just saw and heard? Somebody who was able to make a dream come true in one Rachel Rowlands? And a donor who gave an amount that at the time was significant for them, going to somebody that they knew nothing about, but they wanted to make something better. They wanted to make a change and an impact to make a better world, and that's what Carol and Wayne did back in 2012. They have now committed $1 million to do something much greater that's going to affect many more students. And Carol and Wayne, we are thankful. There is no better vision than what we just experienced. There's no more worthy goal or priority than what you just saw. And I'm sure for many of you, seeing that connection mirrors a hope you have for your support at Juniata. But of course, the same could be said of campaigns, great and small, for other places and for other causes. So that's the initial question, why now, why tonight? Why this vision and our plan right now at this time to make the greatest investment in the student experience in our history? That is the question. Some of you know, and I am so sorry that they had to walk out. I know Harriet and Earl Kaler were just here. Earl Kaler, class of 1946, wrote the history of Juniata. Let me take you there for a moment. The very first campaign for Juniata, anybody know? 1874. 2 years prior to the founding of this college. Perhaps that campaign should have been called Believe. While we are focused on meeting the challenge of becoming a stronger Juniata for our students, our founders faced challenges for the college simply to exist. More than 140 years ago, our founders considered the world around them and had the courage to act in contradiction to the prevailing wisdom of their faith at that particular time. They decided to establish a college, understanding that the needs of the world to come made broader education necessary. They risked their reputations. They risked money, theirs and that of others. They risked the fortunes of people who chose to trust them to enroll in those early classes at Juniata back in 1876. Famously, they also trusted the forests around Huntingdon to protect them from smallpox, a decision we celebrate each fall as Mountain Day. It is met with more merriment and fanfare than disease resistance usually receives. We love our Mountain Day. Don't we, students? Where are my students? Give me an amen. 5 more comprehensive campaigns occurred in the college's history. Around the turn of the 20th century, the college moved to start an endowment to help bolster its revenues. Fred Mason and Carl Glazer, you should be happy to know. An endowment to bolster revenues and the intent on increasing the value of the Juniata endowment to more than $200,000. By the way, they succeeded. Why did they do it? They were concerned about students affording the education they provided. They also wanted to make sure they could support the talented faculty that existed in the early 1900s. It was not until the Great Depression that they launched another campaign. Timing obviously was not their friend, but they still had sufficient belief among alumni and friends to achieve their goals then, to provide more support for students, update the facilities, modernize and respond to changing times. After the wars, the college sought funding for different projects. But other full comprehensive efforts would not happen until the Binder presidency, the Neff presidency, and then again in the Keppel era. Those campaigns had different names, they had different leaders, but they all did 2 things. They succeeded and they surpassed their goals. And they all helped Juniata not merely to endure, but to prevail in meeting new challenges and new opportunities. They succeeded because of the enduring belief of people in the transformative work of what we call this quiet and powerful place. We celebrate with every entering class and every year at graduation what our founders believed, that a broad and engaged education was practical, valuable, and worth the risk. We confer degrees on those who believe in a Juniata education and the promise. We have throughout our history provided opportunity to students whose personal circumstances were such that they thought college was a distant dream. We offered opportunity to students who thought they were destined for one kind of life and discovered another. We have offered opportunity to students who have learned that they were capable of greater things than they ever imagined. Students whose steps march solidly off the beaten path, as we like to say, to forge a new one, crafting opportunity from their own self-discovery. Because we believe in potential and opportunity, because we believe in the inherent strength of individuals who develop and grow stronger through productive partnership, we are asking our community to invest again in our students. Our vision in this campaign is to strengthen and amplify resources so that all students can afford to attend Juniata and take advantage of every opportunity that fits the education they design with our faculty. As you well know, we require few specific courses or activities of our students, but we do require that they engage with their faculty and their peers in designing their education. Our vision in this campaign is to intensify the resources for our faculty so they can continue their extraordinary work with our students. We say that we are in a place on the planet uniquely reserved for discovery, exploration, and transformation, and that our students work with our faculty to do those things exceptionally well. You heard earlier tonight about the power of that work, the joy of that good work. And providing resources for our faculty is critically important. It helps them develop the courses, the practices, and curriculum that encourages students to explore and challenges them to prepare for life after Juniata. That our faculty are able to do that and achieve that balance of exploration and pragmatic focus is laudable and distinctive. Keith and Elaine Jones. I'm so pleased to announce that just today, we received a commitment from Keith and Elaine. Please stand, Keith and Elaine, that they have committed cash and estate of $1.5 million to support. Wait, I'm not done. To support undergraduate research for our faculty and students. Thank you very much. You know, off script for just a moment, we heard this summer from our faculty that this was a need. They challenged me, they challenged their colleagues to find ways to fund the research that is making a difference for undergraduates, and this couple in front of me stepped forward and said, we are there to help. Our vision in this campaign is also to ensure that we simply not build facilities, but that we construct spaces for opportunity. Keppel Hall, an early success of this campaign, is now a spot where a growing program and community movement is taking shape at the nexus of technology, art, and design. Gibble Stadium, Shriner Plaza, and the Raffensperger tennis courts have expanded the offerings we have for student athletes and has demonstrated our commitment to the experience students attain through athletic competition. Another significant activity on our campus has long been part of our community is music, which you experienced with our choir earlier tonight. Athletics is the only non-academic activity in which more students participate than music. To support this effort and to ensure that music continues to be enjoyed on our campus, Barry and Marlene, please stand if you are able. It's my pleasure to announce all of you that Barry and Marlene Hallbretter, in addition to the Hallbretter Center that sits behind us, they have provided a lead gift of $2 million to fund a new music facility. Barry and Marlene, thank you so much. The Hallbritters, their name, their energy on this campus. I mean, I think about the term attitude of gratitude. I mean, the Hallbritters have been doing it for so long, and Barry has led previous campaigns, and they continue to support their alma mater and this institution in so many important ways. So Barry, I know we will deliver this music facility, and I hope we do it sooner rather than later. Thank you for your lead gift. People often entrust Juniata with their ultimate legacy, providing the college through an estate gift through which their generosity endures for future Juniatians. And this is incredible. The Believe campaign has attracted enough such gifts that we have nearly doubled the value of what sits in our planned gift pipeline. Back in 2014, we had about $40 million in our pipeline signed estate intentions to come to Juniata. We have just about doubled that to $80 million today. Gifts that will come to support this institution for generations to come. In the past couple of months alone, we have closed new signed estate gifts worth nearly $8 million. This is a legacy we all give to our successors, to the next faculty, future presidents, other trustees, and other students that these funds will help educate. It's hard to believe. And Spencer, I'm going to look to you to my right. Almost 5 years ago to the day, it was actually 5 years ago yesterday that I was inaugurated in this building behind me. And Spencer played the piano at our dinner that evening as a high school student. And he is now here, going to be graduating from Juniata. So proud of you, Spencer, and what you've been able to do here. I stood in Hallbritter Center and I said to those assembled that as we grow, we will work together in spaces that differ greatly from the libraries and study lounges we know or the classrooms and the halls invoked in our alma mater. Guess what? Our library will change. Structurally, our library is sound. Conceptually, it is illogical for today's learner. We need and want our library to serve as the heart of this learning community and itself become a space for vital connection and work. A space for our community of students, faculty, and staff to work and learn together in a collaborative, more contemporary environment. We are doing this not just to build a building, but to support an idea. And how ironic it is that we sit here under this tent, amid this rain, on the quad, next to the facility that we are talking about right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very excited to make the first public announcement right now that earlier this month, Juniata was very fortunate to receive the lead gift necessary to proceed with the reimagining of Beagley Library. Tim and Kathy Staton, you have taken our breath away with your cash gift of $3 million to make this a reality. Please stand up. I told you we're in for some surprises. All of this in the last few weeks and months. Jennifer, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's been a long weekend and but the momentum is palpable. You hear it, you see it, you feel it. And we're making progress on this collective vision. And we're doing so at a time when higher education is challenged like never before. Some act as though the challenges are new and unprecedented. And let me assure you, they are not. They are fierce. They are. The challenges are fierce. And they're going to require innovation, persistence, and a tenacity that at times is going to be uncomfortable. Just ask for my staff and my faculty colleagues to continue to believe these challenges will be met, but they are not new and they are not insurmountable. But the challenges are going to require that all of us together meet them. When we are committed, our collective will can surpass the greatest obstacles and make the greatest promises a reality. And our own stories are a testament, as those of many other people who have found the great power in themselves while at Juniata. I can look around this room and recognize people who have shared with me their stories of transformation. I know many of you had mentors such as Gina Lamandella, or Betty Ann Cherry, and Eva Hartzler, or Ken Crosby, or Don Rockwell, or Ron Cherry. The list can go on. You recall the video that we opened with tonight, in which we heard from one of our professors about her choice to make a gift to this campaign, to honor her brother and to support our students. I'd like to reintroduce her, not because you don't know her name, it's because you may not know her title. Come on up here, Dr. Lamandella. Got one yet small surprise. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks to a yet unannounced new $1 million cash gift to establish an endowed professorship, it is my pleasure to reintroduce Dr. Regina Lamandel, the George and Cynthia Valco Professor of Biological Sciences. George and Cindy Valco were supposed to be here tonight, and unfortunately, Cindy's father was not doing well, and George had to leave our board meeting. They weren't able to be here tonight, but again, remotely, we will make sure. Oh, are they on FaceTime Live right now? Okay, Gabe's. Hi, George. Cindy, I hope you're there. Hello. Thank you very much. We appreciate so much and honor. Thank you. Thank you, Gabe. Folks, we're on our way. The Believe campaign is prospering, and on behalf of the entire Juniata community, I am thankful to all of you for the part you are playing and the part you will play in moving this college forward. Right now, after we add everything up, boy, it has been an exciting few weeks, Jim Watt. Leading to this moment, people have given more than $80 million to our current $100 million campaign. You don't even want to know what that figure was about 2 weeks ago. We know more is on the way. We know people have been inspired by what they're hearing and seeing. The conversations of our volunteer and staff are having, they're suggesting that we are going to exceed our goal of $100 million. That is why earlier today, our Board of Trustees decided to challenge themselves and our community to raise that goal. Oh, Board. As of tonight, we're going to make a bigger splash among our community, invite them to be part of Believe, the campaign for Juniata in an even bigger way. Our new goal is now $115 million as of tonight. In the same time frame as we were going to raise 100, we're going to do 115. We are on pace to deliver that. Having spoken with so many of you, I know you believe in what we are doing, and we thank you. But more important than what we do is what we are making. And the mission to which we are called, our faith and belief in the student experience and its transformative power. When we say that the Believe campaign will create the most significant investment in the student experience, this is what we mean. Thank you so much for all that you have done previously, tonight, and into the future. An attitude of gratitude. I'm humbled to serve as your president, to help lead us through this period of time.